And we are live. Hello, everybody. My name is Bart Randall from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I want to thank you for joining us for this exclusive wealth building hangout. We're going to find out more about how to tap into the largest, most profitable niche in the home business market today, the health and fitness market. And let me say the $100 billion health and fitness market. Tonight, you're going to hear more about the company. And here we go again. Hang on. So tonight you're going to hear about this incredible company, the team. You're going to hear from 6 incredible speakers that are all 6- and 7-figure earners with this company, and an amazing system that will make it so easy for you to succeed. So first of all, I'm going to bring on a young lady that has had amazing success with this company, Miss Christy Curtis. Now let me tell you a little bit about Christy. Christy came from the corporate world. She has never done network marketing before, and she actually came from the financial industry. So Christy, financial industry, you went to college, you had great success. What caused you 4 years ago to take direction, and what was the big reason? It sounds like you had a pretty sweet life there.
Yeah, I was living in San Luis Obispo and had worked actually for a few different financial companies, and I realized that at the end of the day, or beginning of the day, I was waiting for the end of the day to come so that I could clock out and go home. And on Fridays, I was living for Fridays and then dreading Sunday evenings and especially dreading Monday mornings. And it occurred to me that I didn't have purpose, and no matter how much anyone paid me in the financial industry, money doesn't buy happiness, and money can't buy purpose. And so I was at work one day, and I was talking with I think my mom and my dad, separate occasions, and I just don't understand how people go to work and work 8 to 5 their entire lives and don't get to really live. They're working to live, but they're never really living. And my dad said, well, that's life, deal with it. And I didn't want to deal with it. I wanted financial freedom. I wanted flexibility in my workday. I wanted to show up when I wanted and leave when I wanted, and if my friends were in town, take the week off and have as much vacation as I want, but also to have purpose every day. And when I shared this with people, people thought I was crazy and told me it didn't exist. And I have a passion for fitness. I love fitness. I love helping people. And when this opportunity came to me, I am just so thankful that someone was brave enough to ask someone who's in the financial industry to get started, because had she prejudged me, I wouldn't be where I am today. After 4 months with Beachbody, with the company, I was earning half of my income, and I was only working part-time. I was working 10 to 15 hours a week with my business, still working full-time in the financial industry, and training for an Ironman another 20 hours a week. And by my year mark, my part-time income in my business surpassed my full-time income in the financial industry. And I left my job. I left the financial industry about 1.5 years, and I surpassed 6 figures in 1 year and 9 months, building a business part-time, but doing something that gave me purpose and said yes to every goal I wanted in life. It aligned with all of my core values and my purpose, and I've been able to dream again, not being confined to building someone else's dreams.
Christy, I love to hear your story, and the number one reason is that you came from a corporate world, a very successful person in your industry, and somebody was brave enough to reach out to you. The great thing about it, successful people, they're always open to opportunities, and I know that personally, so that's something I like to focus in myself. And I love the fact that within 1 year and 9 months you hit 6 figures with zero experience in network marketing. Okay, and how old were you when you started, Christy?
I was I have to do the math. 25.
25, and that was 4 years ago. Outstanding. Thank you so much, Christy. And you know, you kind of let the cat out of the bag, but let's talk about the company we're talking about today, because this company was founded back in 1997 in California, and it was probably one of the top infomercial. It is one of the top infomercial companies when it started, and they came out with some amazing fitness programs. And in 2007, they hit the $150 million mark and quickly began to grow. Matter of fact, just last year in 2014, we hit a $1 billion mark. And I know you're going to know the name if you have a TV, if you've ever watched TV in your life, because every other channel you go to, you'll see one of the amazing fitness infomercials, because they run 240 hours a day of infomercials talking about their top-rated fitness programs. And of course, it is Beachbody. Beachbody, the creator of P90X, Insanity, the Brazilian butt lift, the hip-hop abs. The list goes on and on. And hey, what's so cool about this? You know, they spend over $100 million a year in promoting these infomercials, where people can call in and go to their website and order the products and get fit and healthy. So what's the significance of that being a network marketing company? And I'm going to let, and because they get all those customers, and what happens to all those customers? They give them to coaches or qualified coaches that are team members with Beachbody, and that's one of the biggest things that attracted me to this company. And I know another young lady that attracted her to this company about a little over 2 years ago. We're going to go up to the Great White North in Canada, Miss Carmen Broad. Now, Carmen is a 6-year network marketer. She's had amazing success, and she heard about that Beachbody was going to expand internationally and go up to Canada. And Carmen, why don't you give us a little a bit of your story, because you've had amazing success in the industry. Hey, by the way, single mom, 3 beautiful kids. It's great to be able to work from home, isn't it?
It sure is, Bart. Thank you very much. Yes, I have been with this industry for quite a long time, and I've had a ton of success and a lot of fun, learned a lot along the way. And I've learned what works, I've learned what doesn't work. And so back in 2012, I was basically looking for a new home for my team. I'd been with a previous company prior, and you know, we had a lot of success. We built a really great team, but some of the issues that were arising were just, you know, in lack of value in products. We had a lack of residual. I found myself rebuilding and rebuilding and rebuilding. We didn't really have a system, you know, and we were waiting for things to happen, but it just didn't seem to be happening. And, you know, after 4 or 5 years, you kind of go, okay, it's time to move on. So in 2012, I started seeking a new home. So I had, you know, basically been looking at several different companies out there, network marketing companies, and just reviewing, you know, compensation plans, leadership, all kinds of stuff. And so I received a phone call in October of 2012, and it was regarding this company, Beachbody. And you know, I wasn't really too sure about the whole idea of, you know, Beachbody, and I thought, you know, I wasn't sure if that was really a real fit for myself and for my team. I knew for me, I wanted to get healthy, and I thought it would be a great, you know, all around everything. But I wasn't excited about the whole thing until I got on the phone with Mr. Pete Pena, and he started explaining to me, you know, the whole idea of these free customers that land in your organization from these infomercials that they run, you know, quite often with new products and fitness programs coming on board. So when he explained how that all worked in his team with his organization, I was blown away, because, you know, one of the biggest things we want. The biggest, you know, thing is residual, and when we can really help our team get qualified to receive these free customers, that's what it's all about, and that is the key to our success in this industry, is customers and volume, and, you know, value in products, leadership, compensation plan, and a big thing too is timing. And for me, I mean, when we were just really launching here in Canada, I mean, that was amazing for me. And so, you know, I jumped on board last October, and it's been an incredible ride ever since.
Thank you so much, Carmen. I really appreciate your story. Now, you know, our stories are kind of along the same line. I was actually first introduced to network marketing, and a friend of mine home all the way back in 1988, and they drove the circles on the board, but I really wasn't into the going out and selling soap to my friends and family and things like that. But what I did, I appreciated the residual income. I remember seeing the power of having a few hundred people to a few thousand people doing a little bit each month and making a residual. It's like having a big sales team, and I was really attracted to that. And luckily, over since 2005, I've had some great success. But you know, as yourself, I had to do a lot of rebuilding. And even though I grew a group to over 15,000 customers and distribute team members, you know, a lot of things changed in the company. And that's one thing I was really attracted when I was introduced to when I attracted to Beachbody, is because the customer programs. You know, I came on board last April after meeting Pete Pena, and I was actually doing another health and wellness company. I wasn't really excited about it. But when Pete, I had known about Beachbody for so long, I had been taking the products for 2 years, had a great, tremendous change in my life for my health and fitness. And when Pete told me about the opportunity of the free customers, 7 days later, you know, I was on board immediately. 7 days later, I resigned from my other company, and I have been immediately qualified by bringing on 2 new coaches, and I've been getting customers ever since. And I just love that aspect of it. So thank you so much, Carmen. So what I'm going to do right now, we're going to go into the, well, actually, I would call it the Great White North. They're in the middle of a blizzard right now, to Miss Danielle Peterson, and I love Danielle. This is a really fantastic story, guys. Danielle is 26 years old, and she was introduced to Beachbody a little less than 4 years ago. 4 years ago, right, Danielle?
Right, 4 years ago.
Absolutely. Danielle, I mean, hey, you were 22 years old at the time. You were set in your career. You always wanted to be a hairdresser. You had your business. You had things going, but you actually hit a plateau in your fitness, and you reached out to a friend of yours that happened to be a Beachbody coach, Craig Smith, and he told you about this exciting program, and things kind of dominoed from there. Why don't you tell us your story, Danielle?
Thank you. Yes, like you said, I had always wanted to be a hairdresser. From the time I was a little girl, I was cutting Barbie doll's hair, and I had it set that I was going to own my own salon. And I was successful in my career. I was in management at Supercuts, but I think that's when everything kind of started to go downhill for me. And I wasn't happy anymore, and my lifestyle changed. I danced all my life, and now being a hairdresser, I was working all the time, and I was gaining weight, and I had hit a plateau. And as you said, Craig Smith was the one to reach out to me and say, you should try P90X, you should get on the plan program and try Shakeology. So I said, I'll give it a shot, and he mentioned the coaching opportunity to me because I was really getting into fitness. And so I went for it, but I was more interested in just getting my fitness results first. I was a little hesitant to push the business on people. I didn't consider myself a salesperson, so I was really shy. And I started P90X, and I did sign up as a coach. And within my first 30 days, I had 2 new coaches on my team, and that was just based on my results with the program. And that's when I took a step back and I said, wow, this is actually way easier than I expected it to be. So I continued going on with my program, drinking Shakeology every single day. My results kept getting better and better, and I had more and more people come up to me and ask me what I was doing. And I was making a decent income without really trying, really just being a product of the product and sharing every now and then. So I finally, in the meantime, I was getting certified, and I was teaching a couple fitness classes. And at this point, I really just found my passion for helping others. I never left the hair salon feeling fulfilled, and I wanted to pay it forward to people. So in November of 2012, I said to myself, I'm going to really push my Beachbody business. And it was September of 2013 that I was able to walk into the salon and give my 2-week notice. And everybody in the salon knew that what I was doing was my passion. My boss, when I walked into her office, she said, you're giving me a 2-week notice to go into this fitness thing, aren't you? And I was. And now I'm just a full-time Beachbody coach and a full-time fitness instructor, and I would not change it for the world.
Thank you, Danielle. I really appreciate hearing your story. And I tell you one thing, one of the things that I know that Craig did for you, because we've talked a lot about this, is he plugged you right into the system of the Ultimate Fitness team. And I know how much that really helped you be successful, because you also, like Christy, had no network marketing experience, but Craig plugged you in the system. He got you in the loop, introduced you to Pete Pena, and that's who I'm going to bring on right now, Pete Pena. He was actually one of the original people that came on with Beachbody back in 2007. Pete Pena was the first top coach for Beachbody. He's in the Millionaires Club. He was actually the first $1 million earner in Beachbody, and both he and his wife were the first husband and wife team that became independent members of the Millionaires Club. And I'd like to introduce my very good friend, Mr. Pete Pena. Pete, how you doing today?
Good, Bart. Hey, awesome job.
Pete, why don't you tell us a little bit about when we first got together last April, and this is coming from somebody that had no interest in doing the business, even though you know I was a big believer in the product. I just actually wanted to have the access to the DVDs for my other business. But very quickly, you told me about, you know, what you had as far as to help your coaches build their business. And I've always been a big systems guy, because I always tried to have a very simple system to plug people into. It was basically referring to the tool, because I never want people to be the message. I only want them to be the messenger and learn how to be expert inviters. And that's one thing that I was so impressed with what you had with the Ultimate Fitness Team training site. And things have just taken a whole new direction over the last 7 or 8 months. And what I want to do, I want you to talk a little bit about why that was so important to you, and give us a little bit about your background as an educator and how that factored in to what you've done over the last 7 or 8 years.
Right. Thanks, Bart. You know, I started network marketing when I was 18 years old. I joined the company and had no success. I did it for about a couple of weeks. I had no leadership. I love the power of residual income. So what I did is, you know, I tried network marketing again when I was 35, which was 15 years ago with another company. Same thing, I signed up and had no success. Why? Because I had no leadership and no one to train or develop me and share with me the little things about duplication and how to become successful. So when I joined Beachbody, I decided that I was going to create tools that would allow the average person to come in and say, you know what, I want some success. I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I want to be able to jump in and go right into the activities that lead to success. So that's where we came up with the Ultimate Fitness Team. And what we're doing is once you plug in, and this is exclusive to our team, when you plug in, you'll have access to the basic training, 2.0 training. We're gonna show you how to build this business. And the great thing about it is how to duplicate. Because here's the thing. Beachbody, when I started this company, because I was thinking, I don't think I'll ever do network marketing again. But I saw 5 things in this company that really changed my life. And I said, you know what, I could be a part of that. Number 1 was the lead generation program. Because what happens is once you build an organization, and if you don't have customers coming in, you really don't have a business. So, you know, we help people train and develop them. Number 2, the cost is so cheap to get into this. You know, it's very reasonable. People can get in. And if you look at all the training sites, we show you how to do all that stuff. We get paid every single week. And also Beachbody, you know, they come out with new products all the time that help us market Beachbody. And finally, the infomercials. The infomercials are what's crazy about this business is when we're sleeping at night or we're doing a lot of things, Beachbody is on television, and you can see us all the time, and you know they're bringing in customers. So we show you how to leverage those customers, show you how to grow this business for you to become successful, and then you can train other people. And that's what I really love about this business model of growing, developing, and sharing real results for real people, because you can see these stories of people who are really, you know, sharing their success all over the country and all over the world. Right now we're in the United States and Canada, and we're looking forward to moving on to different countries.
Absolutely, Pete. Well, I appreciate you sharing everything. And I tell you one thing, the training side and all the tools that we have access to exclusively through the Ultimate Fitness team is just amazing. And that kind of leads me to a gentleman that I had the pleasure of meeting very early when I came on board many, many months ago, Mr. Patrick Santiago, which Patrick is actually a Washington, he's from the beautiful state of Washington. Big Seahawks fan, but try not to hold that against them. But he and his wife, Elma, are building an amazing business together with their three beautiful daughters. Patrick, you have the chance to travel all over the country, all over the United States and Canada. And you know what? Over 6.5 years ago, you heard about Beachbody, and you reached out to Pete Pena. You decided to just jump on the plane and fly out and meet Pete and find out how the heck he was just doing tremendous in his business. And I think Pete, maybe you weren't even retired from your teaching. I think you were still working. But Pat, why don't you give us a little details about that big trip and what you saw about Beachbody, because I know you love the customer program.
Absolutely. When I thank you. When I got connected with my friend from Las Vegas, he actually told me about this guy named Pete Pena, who was a vice principal of a high school at the time. And he was making about $10,000 to $20,000 a month. And the first thing I said is, what does he do part-time? And he said, he works out. He got connected with this company that does infomercials on TV, and they give him the customers. And I was like, that can't be true. And then he builds a network. So I said, well, why don't I fly out to go meet him? So I took my dollars, not traditional, because I was in another company a long time and never made a ton of money. And I wasn't going to get involved in the network marketing industry again. But because he told me about their customer acquisition program, I purchased a plane ticket, flew to Las Vegas, sat down with Pete and Noel, and they showed me the back office, showed me what Beachbody was doing, and I said, this is phenomenal, because the heart of our business is leads. The heart of our business is developing interested parties. And when you got customers who are already buying our products being given to us, I was in. And I got to the airport, called my buddies. I said, hey, I found the goose that laid the golden egg, guys. This is amazing. A brand name company, the Nike of fitness, and they're allowing us to partner with them. I told them, you need to enroll with me. I got on the customer acquisition program, got qualified, and I started getting customers. And I've always been making money in the Beachbody business. So fast forward 6.5 years, I've been pretty much semi-retired, traveling the world. The business has been very stable the way we build it. So Bart and Pete covered some of the things that we've developed with the Ultimate Fitness team. And we teach you how to qualify for that customer lead program, because that's the major building block, as Bart said. And then you become a leader. You become a person who believes in a system. And that belief will carry you through when you talk to someone. And all these leaders here have really been able to convey to you that they believe. There's no doubt in your mind, if you met with any of these leaders, they would tell you that they would find something else. This is the premier hybrid network marketing company because we have a brand name. And that customer lead program has really blossomed into something great with our system and keeping it simple and not getting too complex. So really, really excited about it, and I thank my lucky stars that I bought that plane ticket and invested in my future. I decided to invest in my future. That's something that you guys, when you guys get together with the person that invited you, you're going to have to decide, am I worth it? Do I want to be free? And I decided, you know what, I'm going to give myself a chance. Because what else is there, right? You guys may be working for the next 40, 50 years of your life. That woke me up when I met a multimillionaire, and he said, what is your other option? So looking at this business this evening can change your life. And I'll leave you with this. The last thing I always tell people is after tonight, after you review the material and do your due diligence on this business, poverty is self-imposed because you do have an opportunity. And we have the best. And we have great people who want to help you. So hopefully you jump on board. And our team is great. Our team is great.
Thank you so much, Patrick. I just love hearing everybody's story. And one thing I want to point out, all the folks that you heard from tonight, they've all accomplished the top rank of Beachbody. They're diamond. They're all diamond levels, and it's just amazing the success they've all had. And it's really all because of the system that Pete has in place with the Ultimate the Ultimate Fitness Team. And what does system stand for? Save yourself time and money. Learn from people who have had sex before you. I plugged into the system. I consider everybody that you've heard from tonight as my mentors, and I am so grateful that I have access to their incredible knowledge. I mean, to learn, I just love learning from people that I'm old enough to be their father. I think it's the greatest thing in the world. And I'm very smart about that. I pay attention to people with great success, and I do exactly what they do, and that's one of the great things about this. So, Pete, before we close out, I just kind of wanted to touch base with you. As we talked about before, to have access to these tools. I mean, we're talking an awful lot of time and money and manpower that you've invested in these incredible tools and training. Just the access that you have to even for social media, for Facebook, for Twitter, for LinkedIn, all of these trainings that all our coaches have access to just for being a part of the Ultimate Fitness Team, but it doesn't cost $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 to get started. Why don't you go over the ways that there are to get started and tell people what it would cost to become a Beachbody coach?
Absolutely, Bart. And this is one of the great things that I tell everybody. The cost is very minimal, from literally to $140 to $300. You choose what challenge pack you want to come in with, and that's basically what you do. And here's a great thing: if you're in the military, there is no cost incurred to you when it comes to the $15.95 monthly subscription for your business back office, and that's a great thing for our veterans. So literally, for $15.95, your Shakeology every single month, you have a business where you can work on yourself, get the results, share it with everybody else, and it is a great point that anybody can do this business. And our training costs you $0. We want you to be successful. We want to share with you the secret sauce of what everybody on this call has just talked to you about, is leveraging your time and effort and sharing with you what works, and then you can have freedom. And that's what we want to do for everybody that is here tonight listening to our presentation for the very first time.
Well, thank you so much, Pete. I appreciate you going over that. And like I said, guys, $140 to $305. You were invited to this webinar, to this presentation, by somebody that thought enough about you that they felt that you would see value in this, that this might be the right time in your life. One thing we don't do, we don't try to convince people that this is a fantastic opportunity or a fantastic team or we have the best tools. It's at the right time in your life. You can be at the right place in the right time, but if you're not in the right frame of mind, the greatest opportunity in the world can pass you right by. So you just have to make that decision. Is this opportunity right for you? If it is, I want you to reach down below. I want you to go ahead and click and get started now. Go ahead and sign up as a coach for free. Pick your challenge pack, and let's get rolling. Or you can simply reach out to the coach that invited you to this webinar, and we'll get all your questions answered. Well, that's it from Las Vegas, everybody. We look forward to talking to you soon. See y'all later. Bye-bye.